CIT 1123 Packet Tracer Instructional Video 551. This is the last video in this section. This is the implementation challenge for ACLs. Couple things. Number one, you might totally understand access control lists and score very poorly on this over and over again, even though you think you know what you're doing, and even though you're probably going to get the results that you want. Remember, there's more than one way to set up an access list, but Packet Tracer only has one way to score an access list, and that's probably where your issues are coming in. So let's take a quick look at what we're doing here. We're going to create 4 different access control lists, 2 numbered, 2 named, 3 extended, 1 standard, and they're not going to give us the lines this time. We're going to have to figure them out ourselves, which isn't so bad. I think we can do that. Let's go ahead and scroll down, see what they want us to do. A couple things. Number one, do not use explicit denies at the end of the ACLs. Because they are implicit, you don't need them. If you add them, you won't score points. Use shorthand, host, and any whenever possible. This is really, really important. You could write an access list completely correctly and not score any points because you should have used the word any. When I was practicing this and putting it together, I kept doing the actual networks instead of any, and it was really frustrating. So I know your pain if you're watching this as a last resort because you're like, I know I'm doing these right, but I'm not getting points. And I'm going to show you how to score the points. Write your ACL statements to address the requirements in the order that they are specified here. So just do these 1, 2, 3, 4, ACL 1, 2, 3, and 4. And place your ACLs in the most efficient location and direction. All right, sounds good. Let's get started creating ACL 101. ACL 101, we're going to explicitly block FTP access on the enterprise web server from the internet. So from here, no getting to here for FTP. And the second line is no ICMP traffic from the internet. So nothing from here should go to ICMP to here. So nothing from one to the other. I don't know why that's moving around. I apologize. It's probably really annoying to you. So let's go ahead and set that access list up. So let's go to the access control lists and let's get started here. Web servers 70, 170, and then we have any. Yeah, I think this would be a good spot for it. Okay. Config T and access list. This is a numbered access list, so we'll just put the number in. So access list 101. That in 101 says that's IPv4 and it's extended. Great. Explicitly block FTP access to the enterprise web server from the internet. Enterprise web server down here is this address. The internet would be anything. So this is FTP based. So access list 101 deny TCP because it's FTP based, which means we're going to put that port number in at the end. So access list 101 deny TCP source. Source is anything on the internet, anything at all is what we want to get there. Destination is host. I don't need to use a wildcard mask because I use the keyword host. And we have to put the port in, so that's EQ FTP. We could put in 21, but we won't go to points. So let's just do EQ FTP, and that's the first point. So that's good. Second line on this, no ICMP traffic from the internet should be allowed to any host on HQ LAN 1. Okay. So internet, yes, HQ LAN 1 up here. Up here, this access list is going to be posted on this interface because it's closest to the entryway. So we're going to have to identify this network as a specific destination because there's more than one destination as you come in. There's here, 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 here. Got 4. So let's go ahead and set that up. So we'll do access list 101. And that is another deny. And this one is a deny, and we're going to deny ICMP, right? So we're denying ICMP. Let's scroll back down to where we were. No ICMP traffic from the internet, so sourced from any. Destination is that network right above us there, so it's 192.168.1.0. 0.0.0.63/26, 26 bits on. That means there's 6 bits that are off, so flip it. We'll take those off bits, turn them on, so that's 6 on bits, so that's 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32. That gets me to 63. We are in business there. No ports for ICMP. And that access list is pretty good. Allow all other traffic, sounds good. Access list 101, permit IP, any. Whenever we're not going to sort by port, we can use IP. We'll do IP, any, and we just scored some points. All right, cool. Let's put it on the interface that it's supposed to go on, and that's supposed to go on serial 010. So let's go ahead and post it there. So go int s0/1/0, and this would be IP access group, meant to do that, 101, and we're filtering on the way in. We should get some points there. All right, cool. Let's see if we did. Yeah, we're up to 27 points. Sounds like a good amount right now. Cool. All right, let's do access list number 2. Use access list number 111. So we're going to do another numbered access list. This time, no hosts on HQ-LAN 1. Nothing here. HQ-LAN 1 should be able to access the branch server over here. So source on the left, destination on the right. That tells us that if the source is on the left, the interface we want to post on is right here, which is G000, and it'll be filtering inbound. So here, inbound, filter it out if it's going to here, and we'll let everything else through, I believe, is what it says. So all other traffic should be permitted. This should be an easy access control list. Let's see if we can do it. So let's do a quick exit from here, and we'll do access list, and this one's 111, and we will do a deny statement. Deny, and it says no hosts on LAN 1 should be able to access the branch server. Okay, there's a bunch of different things we could do. We could do, right now, we could just do that subnet, 192.168.1.00063, just like we just did, right? If we do that, we will not score points. The other thing that we could do is we could use the keyword any, and it does tell us at the beginning we should use any because there are no other networks off of this router, off of this segment. So we're just going to use any because that's how we're going to score the points. So we'll do any here. So access list 111, deny any. Destination is a host, and that is 192.168. 2.45, 192.168.2.45, and we did not put an IP there. So access list 111, deny IP, any host 192.168.2.45. There was no service on that one, right? No host land. Yeah, okay, good. All right, cool. And then let's let everything else through. So access list 111, permit IP, any, and that should score some points, and it does. And we're going to post that on G0/0/0 inbound. So int G0/0/0 IP access group. That's 111 inbound, and we got some points. We're halfway home. We got 2 access lists done. We have 2 access lists left. Let's go ahead and close that. Exit, close. We're going to go to the branch router next. Access list 3 requirements. Create a named standard access control list, named VTY block. The name of your ACL must match this name exactly. Only addresses from HQ-LAN 2 should be able to access the VTY lines on the HQ router. Oh, we're not going to branch until the 4th one. We'll be going to HQ on this. And I don't know why this is flying around as it is, but this is a pretty easy one. So anybody on the subnet over here, we'll go ahead and say that's the source for this standard access control list. So we'll identify that source, and we're going to post it on the VTY lines on HQ. So let's get it done. All right, cool. Configure T here. So this one is going to be a named ACL. So that's IP. Because we are naming it, we have to determine if it's IP or IPv6. It's IP. And we have to say if it's standard or extended. And we're going to say standard. And now we are going to name this thing, and we are going to call it VTY underscore block in all lowercase letters. And we are now into the standard named access configuration lines where we can do a permit or deny. At this point, ACL3 says we're going to create this and we're going to do a permit. So our permit is going to be for those specific addresses, which is the 192.168.164/29 network. So permits 192.168.1.64. That's a /29. So that leaves us 3 bits that are on when we wildcard mask it, right? So that's 1 plus 2 plus 4. That's a 7. So it's 0.0.0.7. Sounds good to me. So we're going to permit those. Create a named access list called V2I block. Only addresses from this network should be able to access the VTY lines. Works for me. Sounds right. Enter. And that access list is done. Great. Let's go ahead and post it to the VTY lines. Exit. Line VTY 0 space 15. Access. Remember, it's access dash class when we go to the VTY lines. Access class, and then the name is VTY underscore block. And that's going to go inbound, and we score some more points. All right, cool. Hey, that one's done. All right, great. Let's go ahead and close that out, and let's do the last one. Access list 4, create a named access control list called branch to HQ. The name of your ACL must match the name exactly, of course. No hosts on either of the branch LANs. Anything over here. Nothing on the branch LANs should be allowed to access the HQ LAN 1. HQ LAN 1 over here. Use a one access list for each of the branch LANs. All other traffic should be permitted. Okay. See, this is kind of a little bit bonkers, right? So what we could do is we could make an access list here and post it on this interface. On this interface here, that G0/0, I believe is what it is. Yeah, and I could say anything from here going over to HQ LAN 1, no, deny, and then permit everything else. Then I could do the same thing here, and I could do an any with this, and then that would work as well there. But they're saying make it as efficient as possible. What we really are going to do is we're going to make a statement for this one, for this network, and a statement for this network, and then we're going to post it outbound here on this branch router. Why are we going to do it that way? Because if we don't do it that way, we're not going to score the points. And that's what we're all about here. So let's go ahead and score those points. So no hosts on either of the branch LANs should be allowed to access use one access list statement for each of the branch LANs. So they're writing it out for us. They're telling us what they want. And then we'll do a permit statement. So there's going to be 3 lines in this particular access list. If we use the same logic as the second access control list, we should have been able to just place an any as the source here on the way out because there's only those 2 networks, but we don't stay with that logic for this one. So we do it differently. And I think that's why people have a hard time figuring out how to score the points, because the logic is different. It's not, I shouldn't say it's different. It's just not totally consistent. And that's, that may even be by design for all I know. And someone from Cisco will send me a letter and they'll be like, why are you showing people how to get this correct? We want them to do it 15 times and get really frustrated. Like, you know what? I didn't know. I needed the memo. So who knows? Okay, this is a named access list. So it's IP access list, and this is an extended access list. And we're going to name this one branch _2 _HQ, and we're started up. Okay, first things first. Source is going to be, first things first is we're not going to identify any ports. We're going to do straight IP traffic. So this is going to be deny IP, right? Because it's no host should be able to get across to that branch LAN over there. So it's going to be deny IP. And then this top network is the 192.168 2.0/27/27. That leaves me 5 bits. That's a 00031. So 0.00031. That's my source, and my destination is 192.168.1.0, 0.0.0.63. And I think that line is good to go. And let's just take that, and let's go down to the bottom one, and that one's on 2.32. And that is a /28, which makes this a 15. And that is going to the same exact network. It looks pretty good. And the final thing they want here is a permit IP any, and that looks pretty good, and we've done that. Now, where they'd like for us to place this is, and really, even if we place this in the second line or the first line doesn't match, if we posted it on the right-hand side in an inbound fashion, that would totally work. But they want it here in an outbound fashion. They're like, oh, we grouped these together, so right here's where we're going to put it. So serial 1/1, so serial 011, so exit here. INTS 0/1/1, and that's IP access group, and this one is called branch to HQ, branch_to_HQ. Oh man. And we're going to do it on the outbound fashion, and that's going to take care of that, and that's the way you got to get it done. So if you're trying to score the points there, good luck, and we'll see you in the next chapter.